Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for chair yoga. Let's begin with our block right between our legs. So put it between your thighs and sit forward on your chair enough that you are not using the backrest, but you feel well supported. You still feel very well supported with your hips and buttocks. And that the block serves as a guide and a reference to alignment for your legs and engagement of those leg muscles. So feel the soles of your feet to the floor and begin with a process of, as you close your eyes, to just bring yourself into this. It's just our transition time. We're bringing yourself into this experience of yoga. And so you're more and more aware of your body and certainly more and more aware of your breathing as you change gears now from what you've been doing and come into this fully aware of this present moment and this experience for this next hour. And I hope that as you come here and turn your hands open, palms open, that mudra of receptivity, you start to really feel a sense of gratitude for the ability to share this yoga practice as we continue long distance or with these new technologies that allow us to still practice together. And that you have the willingness and the good health to continue with your own personal practice and development. You know, just really grateful for our bodies and for this time. Palms are open, that mudra of receptivity. So you feel you're also bringing some awareness, just the feeling of your open palms. Soften your mouth, relax your tongue, eyes are closed. And then scan your body with your loving awareness. So there's no judgment here. We want to just bring ourselves into a full body experience of our breath as a way of reacquainting ourselves with the felt sensation of our body. So we're not just thinking about our body, we're feeling it. There's a difference. We're kind of really entering into the inner body, the experience from the inside out. Sit up tall, lengthen the spine, shoulder blades are drawing back and down. So you feel your chest cavity, let's call that either the chest cavity or the rib cage, is lifting up and sort of expanding. Now engage the belly wall, pull the navel in so you feel stronger and more purposeful about engaging core. And by the way, the block between your thighs is also a reference to core strength. That's coming up through the mula bandha, that's the perineum, and also up to the belly button, the uddiyana bandha. So by engaging that block, we're engaging the perineum, the floor of the pelvis, as a very fundamental access to core strength. Very potent. Take a moment now to set your particular intention for class, what it is you came here for, what you need today. Maybe it's a single word that comes to mind. Maybe it's all a sort of a calming, I just want to be, in company of others practicing this, whatever it might be, it's for you. It's about you. So name it and claim it as we set our intention. Sitting up tall, lengthening the spine, feeling the full body experience of our breath. And I emphasize the word feeling that full body experience. Now let's sync up the breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale out of your mouth with a sigh of ah, really forceful exhalation. One more time. Ah. The eyes are coming open. We're going to let those arms lift up and reach up, bring your palms together overhead. Another time of inhale together. Exhale, hands to the heart as we bow into ourselves, bow into your practice. Inhale up, exhale, go wide and let your arms just drape alongside the chair's frame, pull back and arch your back body into the cow pose. Let's just hold that. Stay in the extension of your spine, arms drawn back. You should feel your shoulder blades drawing toward each other. It's kind of a squeeze feeling of the shoulder blades in the back body, and it's very exaggerated in terms of the arch of the back body and the openness that you might feel through the front body. This is our cow pose, our extended spine. This is done on the inhalation. Customarily on this vinyasa, when we hook up our extension and the flexion of the cat pose, this would be the inhale. Stay with it now, both in and out. You're just kind of getting your body warmed up, kind of creating a pattern, your neural pathway of the cow pose here. And on your next exhale, start rounding the back body, dropping your chin to your chest, and let your arms extend out and round through not only your shoulders, but as much of your back, midsection of your back as possible. You'll feel like your tail is tucking. And we're going to stay here as well, creating the same sort of neural pathway. This is the exhalation. It's the exact opposite movement of what we do with the cow. So just giving you some fundamentals. Once again, I know you know. It doesn't hurt to refresh. Keep your mouth relaxed. Should be no tension there. You don't need it. It's very exaggerated, isn't it? We're really rounding through the back body. Let's begin our vinyasa now. So when you're ready for your next inhale, that brings you up to the cow pose. And your exhale, when your exhale is ready, you're going to round through. So I want you to do several of these. So stay with it. You don't need to look at the screen. You're moving through your own posture now. So keep your block in place and just be aware of it there. There's going to be just a gentle engagement of your core through your inner thighs, through the perineum as well. So give yourself full breath. I could feel that I was moving faster than my breath, so I'm going to slow it down. I want the breath to really connect and the movement to really connect to the breath. Pay attention to how your neck feels. So you're aware of the weight of your head and how you're changing positions with that. So just be aware of it. That usually takes care of it right there. Awareness is a healing environment. We're going to meet in the upright position, the cow position. I want you to pull back, back, back. And while you're doing that, so you've got that arched back already, we've already come into the back bend. Let's just let our arms lift up. Palms are facing each other, arms are parallel to one another, and you're feeling your back bend here with more of an extension of your whole body lifting up. That's it. Full breaths in and out. Palms come together. Let's sync up our breath. Our inhale is here. Exhale, bow into yourself, let your head drop and just stay here as you just bring palms together, Anjali Mudra, breathing in and breathing out, just honoring your practice thus far, being here, grateful for our opportunity. When you're ready for your inhale, lift up those hands all the way up and exhale wide. We're going to stop at the T section. We've got our hands open wide and our palms are facing up. Turn your head to look at one hand at a time. Rotate your arms. You're just feeling your way in. You want your hands to be open, thumb pointing back. So for most of us, that requires quite a rotation of the arms. You know, I've been doing this and several of you have been doing this for a long time. It might be just as natural as it can be. Your arms automatically do the revolving. It seems effortless. But for newcomers, this might not be so. So I just want to bring your awareness to the rotation that's needed. Now, remember, we're also using this as an opportunity to check out the range of movement in our neck. So I want you to look one side and then the other and go back and revisit the tighter side. Stay with it. You're following your own lead, not my cues. You're checking out the range of movement in your head and neck. Looking as far into it, kind of going to the very limit of your range if you can. Just to feel it, just to know where that is. Visit both sides at least twice. Already, I'm sure you're feeling the heaviness of your arms. Get stronger with that block between your legs and you're pushing your feet into the floor. Let's get our whole body to help us out with these arms. Excellent. Palms are going to reach up now, just facing each other. Pull back into your little back bend. And this time as we fold forward, we're going to reach, reach, reach. And see if you can lay your armpits over your knees. I'm going to let the block go. It's kind of in the way. So slip that block out of the way and let it rest underneath your chair. And see if you can lay your armpits on top of your kneecaps. If you can't, just do your best wherever they are. You're just extending way out there. And then surrender the weight of your head so you're looking down and underneath the chair. Big belly breaths now. Feel your way through your body. Feel your way through the breath. You need the whole cycle of breathing, and you need your awareness in that. Start tiptoeing your fingertips away from your feet. I'm going to give you a little side view in case you need to peek up and look at what I'm talking about, so that you can find this chair posture where you're feeling like you're in a squat, but I don't want you to lift yourself up off the chair. But your legs are super strong and it feels like you're almost hovering above the chair. And you can feel the engagement of your thighs. You can feel that your buttocks is engaged, stronger, toning. Full breath in and out. Relax something. Let your shoulder blades feel comfortable in the back body. Let's bring palms together here and try a little twist. Right elbow comes to the left side of the outside of the knee. Opposite knee. So you're twisting and elbows are just lined up, straight up and down from one another. Finish the breath you're on and then come back to center and do the twist the other way. Your feet are parallel to each other, by the way, about hips distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, but about hips distance apart. And again, you're stacking, you got your palms together and then it ends up where your elbows are straight up and down from one another in your twist. Pay attention to how your neck feels. We'll come back to center. I want you to release your arms, extend out, and then see if you can push your feet into the floor. Push, push, push to help you come back to upright. That's it. Inhale with me. Exhale, just let your arms slide right past you and they go past that stopping point perhaps. And let's just move through this shoulder opener. We're just kind of greasing the shoulder joint here by just lifting up and sliding right past the body. Find your breath rhythm. Let's hold it with the palms kind of stretching back behind us. It's going to feel a lot like the cow pose. And notice this time the distance between your the space between your collarbones here, just all of that opening there. And relax into a neutral position, our mountain, so palms face forward, and we're not arching the back body. Now we've got our natural curves of the spine. So adjust yourself so that you're not overemphasizing that lumbar curve. Really get your sit bones to feel this chair. You're really feeling your seat, and that will help to neutralize or just normalize that lumbar curve. I want to do a little practice that's very designed to help stabilize and strengthen your low back. I know a lot of people have issues with that. Let's start by opening the legs wide. So you've got a wider stance, and you might want to be forward of the chair. We're going to move our legs a lot. So come as far forward on the chair as you can, and yet you still feel supported. You're not going to lose yourself and slide right off the chair. So just see if you can find that balance between ease and effort. Wide angle. Your heels are kind of in and the toes are out. So your kneecaps seem to be in line with or pointing the same direction as your toes. Let's keep that right leg right where it is. We're going to keep a hand on it so it doesn't, we feel the sense of grounding. And then the other hand can be used however you decide. You might want to hold on to the chair. I'm going to illustrate it that way, but you may not need to. I'm just going to say, we're going to bring that foot in and back out. So you're simply going to do this, and I want you to do 8 of them. So count it out, start when you're ready, and do 8. Tall sit. Keep that one leg just stable. Once you finish your 8, just meet me with your legs opened up. We'll do the other side. So ground through and just step it across. Again, do 8. See how you're just isolating the movement. One leg is moving in and out. Everything else is stable. Once you come to your 8 count, just meet me with legs opened wide, and we'll just join up together there. Back to our neutral position. I want you to fold forward, 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 right through that open space between your legs. Tuck your chin in and find that diagonal space so the back body is in a diagonal line. I'll turn to the side in case you're curious as to what I'm talking about. If you're new to this practice, a diagonal line of the spine. I want you to spread your hands away, your arms and hands away from your body like wings. Really get your legs engaged. Push your feet to the ground and feel the strength of your thighs. Push, push, push the feet. Engage the legs to lift you up. Palms come together. Let's inhale here. Exhale, bow into yourself. Back up and all the way around. We're going to bring that left leg to meet the right. Just taking it, you were just in your wide angle. You're just simply going to bring them together. And then both arms are going to come over to this side for a gentle twist. So knees are pointing one way. Our body is rotating the opposite way. It's a tall position, long vertical spine. And I want you to rotate into a twist that suits you. Take care of your neck. You always want to start at the base and work your way up, never the other way around. Let your whole body be revolved before your head and neck get involved in the twist. Now let's deepen the breath so we can really connect to this posture. Really connect to the body from the inside out. Exhale completely. One more time, do a full breath cycle. Unwind your head first. And when you come out of it, the arms are just going to be neutral. We're going to just come back to our wide angle and go to the other side. Join those legs together. Arms are just going to drape over to the other side. So knees go one way, our body revolves to the other side. Now, some of you have done twists with me a long, long time, and you got your way. And I want you to just deepen this and experience this twist in the way that you find to be the most enjoyable, the most beneficial to your body. Let your breath be your guide. Remember, your breath will never lie to you. If your breath is telling you that you're into, hot water here, it's too deep, it's too much. This probably isn't one of those poses, but you know what I'm saying. Using the breath as our guide is a really good way to do yoga. It's never going to go, we'll never be misled if we just really trust the breath and the rhythm of that breath in our body. Exhale completely. Unwind your head. Let your arms come back to neutral and come back again with your legs in that wide angle. I want you to fold forward, forward, forward. If you can extend your arms way out in front of you, palms facing the ground. Now feel like you're going to lift yourself up off that chair. Full breath in and out. And then all the way folding, all the way down to look down and underneath yourself. Maybe palms come to the floor and you're looking down and underneath yourself. One way you could come into this in a way that kind of connects your body in a way that's kind of playful and feels good to me is that you're feeling the connection of your inner knees to your shoulders, to the tops of your arms at the shoulder joint. Hang your head, keep your eyes open, breathe. And notice in your body where there's engagement. What are the muscles? What do I feel? You don't have to name the muscles, you just feel them. You're noticing what is being involved, what muscles are being involved in this. To come out of it, I want you to gently bring your head back to neutral so it's more of a flat back. If you can add this dimension, arms are going to extend out in front of you. Step into the feet very strongly and lift yourself back up. Palms come together. Inhale, exhale, heart. Let's pause right here. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, back up. Exhale, go wide and all the way around. We're going to go back to the movement. I want to do several a series of these, sequence of these. So I want you to just get your foot to step across and do 8 of them. Again, supporting yourself with your hands and arms the way it seems to work best, just to draw your leg across that big divide, one leg at a time. Spine is long. Feel like your body weight is very evenly distributed throughout the pelvis. Once you've done your 8, take a little pause and we'll go to the other side. Do 8 on this side too, count them out. Find your breath now. You want to just feel how your breath is handling this. Once you've gotten your 8, just hold it. And let's bring hands to the shoulders and find our wings. I want you to just circle those around, just circle your elbows so you can loosen up through the shoulders. Change the direction of your circle whenever it feels appropriate. And we're going to crisscross, a little crunching movement that crisscrosses elbow to the opposite knee or thigh. So come all the way up and then fold all the way down. Make sure you really feel connected with your feet to the earth. You feel strong with your legs. Relax your face. Breathe. See if you can even it out to the best of your ability. You know, you tapped on each one at about the same number of times. Let's relax. I want you to shrug up and release. Shrug and release. A couple more of those big shrugs where you tense up and then you release all that. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do 8 of these or more. The more you do, the better your body is going to appreciate that. You get more benefit from it. You've really patterned your body. Back to our twist. We're going to join the leg. Just let that left leg step over. This time I want you to inhale up. And when you exhale, you're sweeping your arms maybe even a little further back. Keep your thighs joined together. Knees are pointing one way. Your body has revolved the other way. It's a long and vertical spine. It's a deep, long breath. All in the service of back strengthening, especially your low back. So I want you to feel stable. If there's something you need to do because, oh, really, this is supposed to be good for my low back and here my low back is hurting, then I want you to modify that. Maybe you need to change the curve in your spine. Maybe it's too much. You've just encouraged some big dramatic curve in your lumbar spine. Then you need to soften that. Just start to curve the other way. Let's unwind the head and the shoulders, and we'll just step wide and come to the other side, joining those thighs. Inhale up, exhale, twisting, just letting those arms sweep over to the side and finding the twist on this side. Take a moment to notice where your feet are in relation to your knees. It'd be best if your heels and ankles are right underneath your knees. Find your full breath cycle. Stabilize your low back. So it should not be straining your low back at all. Let's exhale completely, unwind the head and the shoulders, and we'll step wide. Inhale up. Exhale, bow into yourself. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward all the way down. Palms come to the floor. Look down and underneath yourself. Maybe your inner knees and your arms, upper arms and shoulder area are kind of connected. Squeeze your legs into your shoulders. Give that just a new way to experience that. You're squeezing your legs right into your upper arms. So it's like pull and push. You know, you're pushing back. Those arms aren't going to have that. They got to stay where they're staying. So you just feel a little pull and push going on, a little dynamic tension. Excellent. Let's get one hand at a time to the thighs. Let's come up halfway. Squeeze your elbows in towards your waist so the back body is in that diagonal position. Spread your wings, arms away from your body. Lift all the way up. Palms come together. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. And exhale all the way around. Let's bring our legs back to their neutral position. And I want to practice that figure 4 positioning. So I want you to just take your right leg and bring it up. So you're not using your arm to pull it up. You're just letting your knee and your hip figure out how to get my leg up here and lay it on out. Remember, your standing leg is important too. So make sure your foot is under your knee. It's not tucked under the chair. It's not out of the center. You know, you want to keep yourself in the framework of the chair here. Do at least 8 of these. I don't know how many I've done, but let's just kind of do our best to do several. And we're going to call several 8. Once we come into that, then we can pull in and deepen the knees bend. And I want you to move your hands into your feet. You know what I mean? So we're going to kind of massage, spread the toes, give some tender loving care to loosen up those toes that get so rock hard if we're not careful. Move them around. It's not a problem. You can be your own massage therapist here. Just move around, loosen it up. Drawing your heel into that hip point as much as it will. Just waiting on the bend of that knee and making sure it's, you know, giving you that sort of range. Just kind of test it out. Let's inhale up. Exhale, fold. Just letting your arms drape past your shin. And see if you can allow your body weight just slowly but surely, breath by breath, deepen the fold. Now, my body, it fits better. I always suggest that you just lay your arms inside that inner knee and come through that space. I'm not that wild about it. So if you're finding yourself just sort of letting that knee be more of a center point and the arms are spread around it, I get that. Try to pull in the belly really strongly through the fold. The more you can keep it engaged where that navel area is pulling deeply in towards your spine, so it's like you really narrowed that abdominal wall frame, that's the best way to approach this, keeping it really engaged. Exhale completely. Let's do good yoga here. Keep your breath work up. You're allowing your body weight, including the weight of your head, to deepen this stretch of your hip. Let's exhale completely. Get your hands to your thighs in some way that's useful so you can push yourself up nice and easy. Without the use of your hands now, let's return that foot to the floor and do that a couple times. My knee kind of needed to straighten out. So I just want you to really follow the cues of what you might need. Back to our neutral position, our palms face forward. Let's just take a pause here, connect to ourselves, find our breath before we move to the other side. So if you're in the habit of just holding on to your chair while you do that, that's fine. We're going to pattern this, trying to lay that leg into this figure 4 position on its own, just finding its pattern. It's a good mind-body connection practice. Again, at least 8 of these. If you do more, it's okay. When you're ready, you're going to just start moving that, deepening the bend of the knee, just allowing yourself to slowly engage further, drawing your heel in towards your hip crease, and then we're going to work on the foot. So get both hands involved or however you do it. I want you to get your toes to move around, spread apart. I want you to feel that throughout your foot. Just be really good and kind and thorough with this massage work for your foot. Keep your body upright. You don't need to cave in. Keep your spine long. And then be sure you're positioned in the way that you want to be, that you've got your maximum figure 4 created for yourself. Let's inhale up. Exhale, we're folding. And we're going to begin that breath work where we're pulling the belly in and letting the body fold forward, breath by breath. Always the belly is engaged, really pulling in, narrowing that abdominal wall. Letting your body weight open up this hip, your knee. I mean, I'm noticing it in lots of different places. I always do. This isn't new. You can always just stop and start over, or just stop. Maybe for whatever reason, it's just really working hard and it's not a friendly place. And so just come out of the pose and wait for the next thing we do. Or do something that you enjoy. This body weight is folding forward, including the weight of the head. Remember, the weight of your head is like a bowling ball. It's a significant amount of weight that you're allowing to fold forward here. Let's exhale completely. Get your hands to your thighs so you can bring yourself up. Now, maybe you need to take a pause. And when you're ready, we're going to pattern that again by not using our arms to see if we can recreate that movement that we started with. Good. Lift your heels up off the floor and then shift it so the toes come up. So you're just changing from lifting the heels to lifting the toes. There's some movement through the feet and the ankles here. We're going to come to standing now. So get your feet placed in a way that allows you to just lift yourself right up out of that chair. Shifting body weight, finding your balance, your center of gravity. And lift, and let's meet in our mountain pose. So I'm standing next to the chair. I can feel the chair behind my calves. Palms are facing forward. Matter of fact, let's reintroduce the block so we can really feel our legs. The block is in between our thighs. And we almost always use a block. And if I haven't, suggested that you use it, but you find this helpful, you just plop that in your anytime for a standing pose or any other way that you have found it to be useful for yourself. I hope you are doing that. That's just you taking care of you. So feel your connection to the ground. I want you to close your eyes if you're comfortable, and you can just feel the chair so you got that security right there. So see if you can find a full breath, a full body experience of your breath with your eyes closed now. And you have the capacity to experience this in a felt way, a sensation, not just a thought process. So I want you to keep working toward that level of participation in your yoga where you're not just thinking about it. You are inside your body. You're experiencing the actual sensation of the breath moving through your body, the aliveness, the charge you might feel of that pranic energy moving in your body. It's subtle. For many of us, it's just a very subtle thing, but it's definitely there. This is a felt experience of breathing. Full body. Let's all take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of your mouth like, ah. 2 more. Ah, sigh it out. Ah, good. Now I'm going to take the block away and kind of put it to the side. And let's position ourselves near the chair. So we've got the back side, the high side of the chair facing us. Step back, stretch it out into this L shape. See if you can straighten your legs. If you need to squat and then straighten, kind of stretch out those hamstrings a little bit for a while. But once you feel warmed up, work on straight legs, that you're really trying to pull those femur bones back in toward the muscles of your legs, those hamstring muscles. You're feeling the bones. You're trying to get inside of yourself here and feel the direction of this posture by getting into the femur bones. That's the thigh bones, pushing back toward the back of your legs. So it's like you're trying to hug into those muscles with those bones. You want to feel I know you're going to feel most of your body weight has shifted to your heels, but don't abandon the experience of connecting your toes to the ground as well. So get some of your body weight spread throughout the surface of both feet. Notice your armpits, the strength and stretch that's going on through your pec muscles. Deepen the breath. Start walking toward the chair. We're going to take our right foot forward and bend into that. So that right knee is bending and straightening. Back leg is straight. Heel is down. All 10 toes facing toward the chair. Right knee bends and holds. Now you can continue to hold on to the chair, or you could bring your hands to the Anjali Mudra. That's that prayer position in front of your heart. Steady. See if you can drop your tailbone a little bit more so it feels like your pelvis is rooting. If you want to bring your hands to your pelvis to kind of assist in that experience, that you can feel it happening, you just slip your hands down there and do that. Strengthen the belly now. And we're going to let the left arm reach up. So that's the arm that's associated with the leg that's back. Left arm is up, and the right hand, that's the bent knee side, is reaching behind you, trying to get up back to this other straight, that back leg into a twist. So your whole trunk has turned and revolved towards your right side. You're turning toward that bent knee in that direction. Let's steady the breath now. And you could just continue to hold the chair because that's what's more suitable for you. Excellent. Let's unwind. So we're facing the chair and we're going to step back and stretch it out into that extended forward fold, this L shape. Again, perhaps you need to bend and straighten, warm up the legs again before you start really trying to stretch and strengthen and lengthen the legs with no bend in the knee. Let those femur bones pull back into the hamstrings. Scan your body just like you did. You're feeling all the stuff that's involved. Armpits, side body, the feet, the body weight into the feet. Make sure your neck feels well supported here. And your breath is full in and full out. As you start to lift up, you're going to take that left foot and step forward. We're going to bend the knee and straighten that leg. Keep your body upright. Remember, all 10 toes are facing forward. Back heel stays down. It's going to want to pop up. So that might mean you shorten your stance. So if you're feeling that you can't keep that back heel down, just shorten the stance so your legs aren't so far apart. Let's hold the bent knee. Keep your hips square to the chair. Let's maybe ground ourselves through the hips. And when you're ready, palms come together at the heart space. Breathe in and breathe out. Right arm lifts up. That's the straight leg back. The left arm is reaching around, so I'm not facing you now. Turning into our twist. You turn toward the bent knee. Connect with your breath, steady yourself. Maybe one hand comes back to the chair, no problem. We're unwinding, both hands come to the chair. We're going to step back and just shake it out. I want you to just simply shake out those legs. Do some high knee moves that you're just lifting those high knees up. And shake it out. Try some standing postures that we're not even going to use the chair unless you find you just need to. So I might be illustrating it in a way that is not really helpful for you. So you'll just bring your chair into play the way you think would be helpful for you. Try a wide stance. Feet are parallel to each other. So you're just going to get your hips to move a little bit so those knees are going to bend. It's a wide stance. We've done a lot of that today. And I want you to open up your arms like a T. This is going to remind you of PE class back in the day where you're going to come all the way down to touch your toe. The opposite hand comes down and back up. So I want you to just find a rhythm of movement where you're twisting, bringing one hand down to the opposite foot. It's like you're trying to bring your face in towards your knee. Take your time. Feel the rhythm in your own body. The next time you're touching your right foot, you've got your left hand touching your right foot. Let's get both hands to come down to that foot and ankle. And it's like you're trying to draw your head and your face towards your knee, and you're using your hands to support you. I've got one hand on the floor. It's just steadying me. It's pressing into the floor right in front of my foot. And then I'm kind of drawing myself into that straight leg, bringing myself into this fold. Face toward the knee. Onto your right side, just pulling in. You don't need to look at the screen, just feel your way in. And I simply want you to start walking your hands around to the other foot. So don't come up and out of your fold, just keep your fold in place, but go to the other foot. And then fold yourself in toward that leg, face toward the knee. Use your hands to leverage you and support you in any way that seems appropriate. Both legs are pretty straight in a wide angle. Surrender the weight of your head. Don't try to look up and out. Just keep your head low and let the weight of your head be relaxed into the pose. Deepen the breath. And you start to walk yourself back to center where your hands are just below you. Now, I just want you to just do your best. You don't need to look at the screen. It's kind of like you're in a tabletop position and your arms have become table legs. Your legs, however, are in their wide angle. Just do the best you can. It's not that big of a deal if you're not exactly the way I'm doing it. And then jump your hands to your thighs, bend your knees like crazy. Both hands now have arrived at the thighs in this kind of a squat that brings us upright. Let's just pause here. Don't move your legs, just pause, and let's adjust from that big inversion. We had our head down for quite a while. So let's take a moment to let our body adjust. If you're ready to bring your legs in, by all means, just bring them on in. But if you're just needing to settle down and not do anything right now, just keep your legs in that wide angle. That's fine. And breathe. Excellent. Then bring your feet back together. Let's shake that all out. I want you to lift up your heels and jump, let your heels just thud down. And when you do it, you're humming. So you feel a vibration in your lips. So it's that big inhale and then the exhale comes out like a hum through your lips. It's a great energy, switching up the energy and clearing. And tones, the body's tones are just very important to our well-being, which we hardly recognize in our culture. Good. We're going to move the chair so we've got the seat of the chair facing us. This is for our downward dog. So we've got the low side of the chair. We can bring our hands there and stretch ourselves back and away from that. I want you to get as low as you can. Chest is low, butt's high. Again, we've been working those hamstrings. See if you can straighten your legs. Just see what you can do. Maybe one heel at a time lifts up. That kind of gives you some slack and allows one leg to straighten because you've got one heel popped up. They call that walking the dog, where one heel is up so your other leg can kind of really get a nice stretch. That's a technique you might want to use. Let's find the breath. Relax your head, neck, relax. Stretch those bones back into the hamstrings. And let's start walking ourselves back to the chair. Come up nice and easy. Back to our mountain pose. I'm going to suggest we turn the chair again. Sorry, I didn't couple this together a little better. Turn the chair again so that you can have support for your tree pose. Our standing leg is near the chair. We're going to shift our body weight when you're ready, only when you're ready. Shift your body weight into that tree trunk. That leg, that standing leg has become the tree's trunk. I want you to find a focal point with your eyes. Lift the right heel up and rotate your knee, or your tree limb leg. So whichever side you're on, it does not matter at all. We're going to start by getting the inner, our sole of our foot onto the inner ankle of that tree's trunk, of that standing leg. If you can raise it up more to the shin and calf area, do, but always avoid your knee. You wouldn't want to be pressing your foot into your knee. Arms are the branches of the tree. In my little studio here, I'm looking at a big banner of a tree of life, so I can really immerse myself in that. And you just express yourself in any way. I want you to steady the breath, because you really have not come into this pose fully and mindfully and beneficially until you've breathed your way in. Step by step, we're coming out. Let's make sure our chair is helping us. So however you like to position yourself, just the way I do it doesn't mean that's the way you do it. I just want you to use your chair to support you. We're changing legs now, creating a tree trunk and a root system, letting the sole of that limb rest against it. Remember, don't press into your knee with your foot. Try to lift your pelvis up. Find your focal point so your eyes are helping you balance. Steady the breath and come back to your full breath in and out. Don't give up until you found that cycle. And step by step, we'll come out of that. And I want you to, again, lift your heels and thud them down and add the hum. So you're feeling a vibration in your lips. It's through the exhale. While you have your chair here, you've got the back side of it. Let's take a moment now to walk away from that, stretch it out, and draw rounded back and draw your knee towards your nose a few times. Just take one leg at a time, drawing a rounded back, and then come back to that L-shaped position. So getting some movement through the spine. It's a nice little crunching action of abdominal strengthening. Let's switch to the other side. Get the other knee bent, draw it in towards your face, round through the back body, and then you level it out. So you go from a rounded back to kind of a leveled out back. Pull in high knee. Really use that abdominal wall. And back with both feet on the floor. Let's slowly walk ourselves back to the chair and let's find our mountain pose. Palms face forward. Let's deepen the breath. Close your eyes if you can. And employing, coming back to the awareness of your full body breath from the inside out. Eyes closed. Remember, I just mentioned that you use your eyes to balance. So we're challenging ourselves by taking that out of the picture and seeing if we can feel our way in from the center of gravity and the experience within us. And we're not using our eyes to help us for this moment, for this practice. Excellent. Let's make our way now to seated position. We're coming into Shavasana now. I want you to sit way back into the chair, way back, so that you're absolutely using that chair rest, that back rest. You want to absolutely lean into that and let your legs open or draw together wherever it is the most restful for you. Your body may still be needing some movement or some stretching. So if you need any attention like that, you're just moving yourself automatically into what your body is cueing up naturally, and you just abide by that. Settling in when you're ready. Maybe you've gone to your couch and you're just laying on the couch now because that's where you do your Shavasana. All good. This is a really important part of the practice, is these last few minutes. Very important. I've always joked, this is what people come for. That's what keeps them coming back. And it's true that we become very good at relaxing. Our yoga practice has taught us how to really deepen our experience of relaxation. There couldn't be anything healthier for our body than that. Not in this day and age. So if eyes are closed and you're feeling yourself now in your rested position, let me guide you through some mindful awareness of your body, point by point, a focal point. This is the dharana limb of the yoga. So feeling your breath as it moves through the nostril. So you're feeling the breath in and out, and your awareness is right there in your nose. When you feel that breath flow through the nostrils. And then let's start our breath. Our inhale starts kind of out in the space in front of our nostril, and we bring it up for the inhale all the way to the space between our eyebrows, often called the third eye. So now that nostril breath has just changed a little bit. The still point in front of the nose is where it starts. But then we pull that inhale up to the third eye, and from there it exhales back out to that still point in front of the nose. There's a focal connection from the still point in front of the nose, drawing up to the third eye between your eyebrows on your forehead, and then out back to that still point. Those are your two connecting points. It's not a long distance. It's right there, intimate. From the still point to the third eye and back to the still point. Inhale to the third eye, but let the exhale drop all the way to the heart center. Inhale from the heart center, right in the middle of your chest, up to that third eye. So now our point-to-point reference is from heart center up into the third eye, and exhale back to the heart center. Inhale up to the third eye, exhale back down to the heart center. Relax your shoulders. Just point to point breathing, focused. Now I want you to breathe entirely from the heart space. Let your breath in and out is right there, filling up your heart space. In breath and out breath, the center of your chest. It's like you moved yourself there. You are now located there. Your sense of self, your occupancy in your body, if you will, has moved from your head, and you're now located in your heart. And you're breathing in and you're breathing out in the heart space. Let your breath return to any normal breathing pattern that you find as we start to transition ourselves out of our final relaxation. Keep your eyes closed, but pull yourself away from the backrest so you're coming upright again. Eyes are still closed. Again, your breath has just returned to its normal breathing. You're not trying to focus it in any particular way. Eyes closed. See if you can move your head side to side to give some attention to your neck. Anything at all that shows up. Eyes are still closed. You're just moving and stretching your neck a little bit. Maybe you take your hands up and squeeze right around your neck so you can bring that added dimension of comfort to your body. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and exhale it out of your mouth with a sigh. Eyes are opening up now. Inhale with me. We'll sync up the breath. Inhale, palms come together overhead. Exhale, bow into yourself. Inhale up. Exhale, let's share that beautiful energy all throughout our communities. Again, we bring hands to the heart space. We bow to ourselves, but also to one another. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for Chair Yoga. Be sure to subscribe to my channel.
Thank